Hello everybody, this is the Road Biker. Today's February 27th, it's about 34 degrees. And I'm heading out for a late morning, early afternoon ride. Still winter, of course, on the cold side. But here in southern Connecticut, the weather's been pretty cooperative. In terms of snow and all that kind of thing. Haven't had a lot of it this year, and what we have had, it's only been in the last couple 3 weeks, and it's pretty much gone, as you can see from what's remaining on the sides of the road. But cold this morning, so I'm heading off for, I think, about a 2-hour round trip bike ride this morning, and I'm hoping my gambles are right in terms of my dressing. I'm not overly dressed this morning. I just have a t-shirt and a jersey, riding jersey, on my upper body. Pretty lightweight gloves, no protection for my ears or my face. I do have shoe covers on, so I'm hoping that I can easily deal with these temperatures today. So we're starting with climbing a hill. Let's slow this down a little bit. Take it easy so that I can talk and breathe at the same time. So I guess first thing I wanted to talk about on my ride today is winter riding in the winter. Or at least cold weather riding, you know. So I'm a big fan of cold weather riding. I think it kind of reminds me of the days when I used to ski a lot. There's something about, first of all, being outside in the cold weather, and then getting yourself well equipped to deal with the cold weather. Of course, when you're skiing, it's a little different. Deal with bibs, parkas, headgear, ski boots, essential for keeping your feet warm at a minimum. And we kind of had those, we have the same basic concerns as someone who enjoys winter bike riding. Keep your feet warm, keep your head warm, keep your hands warm. All matters to you, you know. But you know, I think there are two different categories of guys who enjoy winter riding. There are those like me who like the cold weather aspects of riding. And then there are those who are on the fringe. At least I think they're probably the kind of guys who are on the fringe. Those are the ones that put studded tires on their bikes and are not not as reluctant to get out and ride on snowy or even icy roads. Personally, that's not for me. And those who advocate getting out on an icy road with snow-studded tires, well, I give them a lot of credit, but I also think you're really kind of risking a lot of other long-term benefits of bike riding. So as an example, let's say you have studded snow tires and they perform well on snow and some ice. And left-hand turn here, you're of the mindset that being on the bike riding in the winter in something of inclement weather, that crap, how do I do that? Gotta stop here for a second. I messed up on my clipless pedal. Shit. Here we go. Okay. That's never happened before. Anyway, what I was about to say is, if you are of the mindset that you can ride around in inclement weather, and you have the advantage, one of the advantages of having your field of view nice and clear, so you can see what's going on around you. In other words, you're not sitting in a car windshield isn't covered with snow or ice or anything like that. Yeah, I'll give you that. You can see what's going on around you. But what about the guy in the car that can't see what's going on around him? What kind of a target are you? He may not be able to see you at the corner of his eye, or because his windshield isn't clear. And what if he hits a patch of ice with bald tires? Doesn't help you very much, does it? With your studded tires on. Oil delivery trucks, boy, they stink. So it's a little colder than I thought today. So far I'm okay. Look at this guy in his t-shirt. So yeah, when it comes to winter riding, if you're willing to take the risk, putting on some studded tires and go out and brave some icy roads, thinking that you're going to be okay, yeah, go ahead, take the chance. But the way I see it, all you need is one bad corner, piece of black ice. You end up taking a horrible fall, or even worse, some guy in a car slides into you. Well, what's that gonna do for the rest of your bicycling season? Broken leg, broken arm, broken feet. I don't know, it doesn't seem like worth the risk to me. But on the other hand, a cold day like this, roads are clear and dry. I love it. Good time to ride, real good time to ride. It's like we're catching up to this oil truck. Good to go. Guess this guy's turning. One of the side topics I had in my mind was days of the week to ride that are better for us bikers. I think, well, today is Saturday. It's a Saturday morning, about 11 o'clock or so. I think this is one of the worst times for bikers to ride Saturday mornings, at least here in the U.S. You get a lot of people running around doing their Saturday morning errands, taking kids to play soccer or hockey or something, little league baseball games, running to the beach, depending on the season, obviously. So there's a lot of distracted drivers Saturday mornings. Got to be very, at least for me, my antennas go way up on a Saturday morning. Watch what's going on around you. It can be very, very tricky. Right turn here. Followed by a quick left turn. This is the center of Guilford Town Green. It's a picturesque little community. It's my hometown. Picturesque, but it costs a boatload of money to live in Connecticut. A lot of taxes. Cost of housing is high, cost of heating is high, cost of food is high. Hey, here comes a fellow buddy. I'm going to be taking a left turn here. Looks like I got a bit of a headwind that I'm going to be running into. Tricky corner. He's going to let me go. Cool. So what I'm going to be doing today is heading over toward Madison, which is the next town over from where I live in Guilford. And I'm going to be taking this ride here along Route 1. Route 1 is a state road, so the pavement is a little bit better than the side roads, which have a lot of ruts and road repairs where the pavement that they put down on the repair portion of the road isn't that smooth. But the downside with running here on Route 1, considerable amount of traffic where there can be. And as I just mentioned, it's Saturday morning. So, gotta watch out for all the traffic. So here we are at the very end of February, coming up on March. I've been riding, a couple more guys. Riding. I was about to say, probably going to start seeing more and more people getting out on their bike. I've been riding all winter long, primarily because the weather has been cooperating, at least in terms of not giving us a lot of snow and ice to have to deal with. We've had a couple of brutal cold days, but nothing you can't deal with. Of course, this time of year, what we begin to face is as things start to warm up, we start to get a lot more wind, fronts coming through, unsettled weather. I think it was, so today's Saturday, took a ride, I believe, Thursday, or maybe it was even Friday, I can't even remember now at this point. But we had 20, 30 mile an hour gusts. And when I did start off my ride, it was sunny like it is right now, but it got cloudy pretty quickly. So without that radiation from the sun throwing a little heat on you, you get underneath the cloud, it can really get cold. But regardless, like I said earlier, I love being out in this weather. think in my last video that I recorded one of my rides, I started talking about using the Strava app. God, I love this application. This is so cool. For the longest time I was using a little Sigma bike computer. Still have it up and running. But I was kind of relying on that to keep track of how well I did riding my bike. Average speed, distance, total amount of miles and hours that I had put on the bike. But with the Strava app, it's just, God, it's night and day. I mean, in terms of information that you get. Plus, it's so cool, you know? And who doesn't like cool, right? Yeah, we're gonna roll through the stop sign. Go into a lower gear, climbing the hill. Yeah, so Strava's great. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone before I got on the bike for this ride, and I was telling her a little bit about some of the features that the application has, and she's a tennis player, and the reason I bring that up is I was mentioning how Strava keeps track of all your statistics, and she was kind of laughing at me saying, "You're such a geek, you're such a techie." Not at all, but I mean, I just like it. I just like the idea that it keeps track of all these data points for you. Anyway, as a tennis player, she was telling me she belongs to, I guess, some U.S. tennis organization or something, and that every match she's ever played is kept track of. So I bounced right back at her and said, "Well, come on, you're laughing at me for wanting to keep track of my statistics on riding the bike. Well, you belong to an organization that keeps track of everything you do." Anyway, it was a fun exchange of things we were both interested in and how we kind of play along and keep track of the stuff we like. So, continuing the ride on Route 1, I guess this is also known as the Boston Post Road, leaving Guilford, going toward Madison. It's a state road. Gets a fair amount of traffic on it. Traffic that goes faster than I generally like to mix myself in with. I prefer secondary roads, just a little bit safer. And I'm not pushing it today. Whoop. It's a little bit of a crosswind. I want to be careful. Plus there is some, we gotta get out of the wind. Nice downhill ride. One of the other reasons I want to be careful along this road is you generally have to stay out of the traffic lane. People will run you over. And if you're riding on the side of the road, like I am, it's a lot of junk on the side of the road, a lot of garbage. We've had some pretty good storms the last week or so here in this area. So you also have to watch out for broken limbs and trees and twigs and all that sort of thing that gets blown around or knocked down from the trees because of the storm. But the upside is it's a smooth road to ride. Well, a relatively smooth road to ride. Always watch out for someone pulling out of a package store. There you go. Nice day though.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will subscribe to this channel. Subscribe by clicking that subscribe box you see just right there. And as always, your comments are welcome, so please feel free to post them. This is The Road Biker. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.